a very special Valentine's Day edition of Always Open, where we're gonna learn about love and shit.
Love and shit.
Love and shit. I'm your host, Barbara Dunkelman, and I got some beautiful people with me today.
Hey, I'm Bernie Burns, and
Beautiful.
I know all about love and shit.
I'm Ashley, and I know mostly shit, but also some love.
Aww.
Cute. It's me, your friendly neighborhood Valentine's baby.
Valentine's
I'm
baby.
5 days away.
It's true. You were the 19th.
The 19th.
I have to do the
birthday.
math.
Yep.
One way or the other.
Yep.
Does it mess with your birthday at all?
No.
Like people still remember it?
Yeah, fun fact, my best friend and my girlfriend both are Valentine's Day babies, February 14th.
Right, yeah.
And we would always, my best friend and I growing up, she would always give me a Valentine's Day gift on her birthday, which I thought was always sweet. And now my girlfriend gives me gifts on her birthday.
That's how you do it.
You got this all figured out.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. I need to date someone
to
whose
go.
birthday is on December 25th now.
There you go.
Although Trevor's 19th, so he's pretty close.
It is pretty close. I feel like December birthdays are tough because you're right there, and everyone's
Yeah.
like, oh, it's combined Christmas
Yeah.
and birthday. And so I feel like poor December babies always get screwed.
Yeah.
I'm the perfect time of year. I'm July. Nothing
Yeah.
in July.
You have RTX sometimes, and that's
Yeah.
about it.
And your birthday just passed recently.
Yeah, January is tough because everyone's coming out of the holidays. It's like I totally forgive people if they forget my birthday because you're in that mode where you like don't want to think about anything else.
Yeah.
January is like this weird like no man's land.
It's not just that, though. It's also that, like, coming up with presents for Bernie is practically impossible.
That wasn't geared at you at all. That was just a general statement. Barbara
know.
forgot my birthday this year.
I did. Well,
I remembered it. I told you when it was your birthday.
When?
Like 12 o'clock, hit, midnight hit, and I was like, happy birthday.
Yes, you did.
that's
I
cute.
did. Although my presents for him have not arrived yet.
Oh.
I ordered them like weeks in advance, and
That's
neither
how
one is
special
here.
they are. They're so special they haven't
So
arrived
custom.
yet.
Yeah, that's what it's not.
We've established though a
not
pattern
backward.
too where around Christmas and my birthday I'm not allowed to buy anything for myself
Yep.
because I will inevitably like you did actually your one birthday gift did arrive but I bought it already like
Yeah.
3
What
days
was it?
before.
Yeah, like he got
Nautical chart.
it was a nautical chart, and he goes, dude, ordered this chart, and I was like, what? And I was like, right before your birthday.
Yeah.
You dick.
Yeah.
But the one that he ordered actually arrived, so you know.
Yours just arrived now. I mean
It
my
has?
other one.
It has. It was.
Yeah.
It was
It's
coming
this.
internationally, so
This is your gift.
yes.
Happy birthday.
Happy
Hey.
birthday.
Gift of
We
love.
did this
It's her
for you.
birthday. My birthday's
Yeah.
long gone.
Yeah, we've come together for this very special Valentine's Day episode that we're doing. We're mid-season still, so don't think that we're coming back just yet. We come
Mid-season
back in
break.
March. Break. And this is actually the first time we've ever had a couple on the show.
Is that true?
Really?
Other than, like, we've had
No.
Trevor on the show before, so technically he and I
Yeah.
have been on together, but like we've never had guests.
But what about me
Yeah.
and Mary?
That's a
That's
lot of
true.
pressure.
Yeah, I'm so sorry you had
I
to
mean, we've
find
been
out
on a
this
couple
way.
times.
Yeah. You should tell the audience what you said before the show about where you were gonna sit.
Ashley was back there with Texas getting ready for the show, and I came out, and Barb and Eric asked me, where do you want to sit? And I could sit here or sit there. And I thought, oh, and I looked, and I was like, oh, I want to sit there because then I can sit across from Ashley and look at her. But then I realized that was the stupidest thing ever because it's the same either way.
Both sides.
So, and then we had the whole discussion about good sides, bad side. I don't know what my good side or bad side is, so I
I feel like
just.
you have two good sides.
Thank you. Look at that.
Oh.
I definitely, this is my good side.
This is my good side.
I don't want to be seen from this.
This worked out well.
Yeah.
On my left side.
I don't know. My good side depends on my mood. Like, it changes. Every couple months, I'll be like, I like the other one now.
Well, do you part your hair on like a certain side every time?
I do, but only to cover my forehead wrinkles.
Oh.
I switched once my forehead wrinkles started becoming like more pronounced because I always raise this eyebrow or
Very
something.
expressive.
So once they started coming in for good,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, time to switch the part.
Yeah. That's when I'm gonna get bangs again.
Back.
He's so pretty.
Well, we're gonna.
love you.
This is gonna be super gay. This whole show.
Super.
So we have a shot that we're gonna do, which was submitted by Sully, and it's the cheesecake shot that has pineapple juice, Bailey's, and grenadine.
Ooh.
But
Oh, this is so good.
we found out right before the show that you guys are not drinking,
We're not just New Year's resolution that we're not drinking.
which is
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Which also means double for me,
Yes.
Ariel.
That's a double whammy
Here's
for you
the
because I
thing.
shouldn't have sugar either.
We're
Yeah.
just trying to get you drunk.
That's exactly what it is.
They won't
I'm cool with that.
A
It was
lot
a
of
plot
issues.
we devised at New Year's Eve. How are we gonna get Barb and Mariel drunk?
And you're like,
love
we just won't drink, so they'll have to drink for us. Meryl made these too.
I did. Our bartender's he's a little busy right now, so I decided to make these.
Yeah. What? Okay. That seemed like it went down in like a chunk. That didn't seem like
It is
poured out.
delicious.
It
Is
was
it?
delicious.
It's like liquid cheesecake.
So it seems like it'd be what, like a bit creamy and then with a bit more
Yeah.
of like a gel.
Is grenadine is like a cherry flavor, though, right?
Yeah, it's like a.
Straight from the can. Delicious.
There you go.
Yeah, a can of grenadine from like 1958. They need a
That was a red
strawberry.
versus blue joke.
Grenadine straight from the can?
Yeah.
Oh, what is that?
I only drink the blood of my enemies, and occasionally a strawberry yoo-hoo, and something about like grenadine straight from the can.
I don't remember the grenadine straight from the can. I have to go back and watch that.
I think
That
it's
shot
grenadine.
was delicious. Actually, our drinks are on their way.
Oh hell yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Very nice.
Oh my
Oh, it's
god.
hot out.
Oh my god. What?
I'm so happy.
What
right
the
now.
hell? Oh my god.
Yes. Yes.
What?
We had
Thank
a.
you.
Bernie is first. So,
So, is this your new uniform?
you know, this is
Forever?
what me and Meryl kind of concocted up.
Wow.
When we first knew this was the
I've
Valentine's.
been dreaming about
Yes.
this since we
Yes.
were gonna have a Valentine's Day.
You know what's so funny about this is that Texas was sneaking around.
He was.
I was trying not to like be caught.
And I
know.
saw him like playing with something that looked like wings, and I was like, oh, maybe like there's just some storage back here that he's looking
Could be
for.
taking your candy too.
Thank you, Texas.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah,
for
it was.
you
It was
look great.
really hard to keep this from you because I was like, I'm gonna dye my hair. I'm gonna bleach it. I'm gonna go. I was like, I could.
He
wear a wig.
committed, Barbara.
I was like, I gotta spray tan this horrible.
Look at his
I have the worst luck with spray tan people. No, you won't streak, she said.
I love it.
No, you won't look orange, and yeah, this is.
Let's see the
pretty-
palms. How are the palms?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the palms are always
palms
a
are-
telling factor.
Yeah.
Do you have a mic? You do have a mic.
Yeah, I was like, so yeah. So this was a little surprise for you because we wanted it. I was like, this
you.
should be a fun episode, and
did it.
so we did it.
It's hard
I
to
feel
keep
like
stuff from me on the show.
right now you're very much channeling Carl Urban as Cupid in Xena.
Carl Urban played
He was
Cupid?
literally my favorite character, by the way.
Yeah, you
He
talked
was like
about it.
everything. He was also what was he? Mars? God of War. He was God of War
He's-
as well.
he's been everything.
He's like he'd like change his hair and then be like different god.
It's Xena. Who cares, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great.
Let's see those wings from the back.
Oh yeah. So yeah. So, it's a little-
So I do have to ask.
Yes.
Was there any part of this planning where Mariel said to you, "We need to get you some wings," and you said, "Oh, don't worry, I've already got wings."
Oh,
actually-
he already had
He already
that.
had
In fact, I'm probably gonna do a wing change later. Some people do a wardrobe change. I do a wing
got a wing
change.
change.
Do you do
You're
like,
like the
a dark
Victoria's
Cupid
Secret
with
fashion
like?
show.
what?
Just,
All right, we'll wait and see.
just wait and see.
This has been at least a month or so of planning, which was I had to do nothing. I just had to
How-
keep it from you.
I don't know how you did, because like no one keeps shit from me on
I haven't
the show.
posted on social at all until yesterday, and I posted and I was like, "Fuck, my hair is blonde. I wonder if anyone's gonna say anything." No one said shit.
I mean, I just thought it was gonna be like.
yeah, and I was like,
You know,
okay.
spring.
And then you didn't say anything about my weird hands. I wear a long sleeve shirt today, so you wouldn't see my weird.
I
spray tan.
noticed it, but I didn't want to be like.
Yeah, I was like, Barbara's being so
I actually
sweet
noticed
because
it as
she
well.
didn't say anything about my funky looking hands. I died laughing. So yeah, it was pretty amazing. So me and Meryl were just like, this is gonna be awesome.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy
to
Valentine's
me.
Day
Happy
to all of
Valentine's
you
Day.
guys.
Indeed.
So yeah, so there you go, and you got some candy. So
Thank you so
all
much.
right, so when I do my wing change, so you'll see the new
wait
wings.
to see it.
Thank you, darling.
There you go.
Look,
Phil.
I'm just
This
glad
is fantastic.
we did Valentine's Day on Always Open and not
Yes.
on Off Topic. I think Off Topic,
Oh
instead
my
of a Cupid,
God.
they would just shoot you with a bow and arrow.
oh my God.
That's how they would
And
celebrate that.
Look, you
Does it have a little heart on the?
I'll bring it out. I'll show it
you
to
don't know that they're not going to shoot someone on off topic.
They still have a month to go before
That's
the.
true. We're trying to figure out how to keep our set safe from them when they come and do our show.
Oh,
Can I be honest, by the way?
can you replace everything with rubber?
We talked about bubble wrapping.
Bubble wrapping's a great idea. Yeah. Yep. Just put up those like baby gates everywhere, like the playpens, because Iris just got out of hers, I think, and they probably have them. So just put up like those barriers. That
Or
they
like
do
the
for-
doorknobs that you can't spin.
Exactly. You got to child-proof
Baby-proof.
your set for the off-topic crew to visit.
Yeah. What were we saying about?
Oh, I was saying it's like the bow and arrow thing.
Oh.
It's like it. Of course he has that because it's like at what point is it? It's like, oh, that's too much.
Right.
It's
No.
like, that's too on the
You
nose.
don't get that.
Texas has a whole storage unit full of costumes and wigs and all sorts of crazy things,
As you should.
as you should.
All right. Well, let's get things started appropriately with cupidity. We had our own very own
Our
Cupid.
Cupid showed up.
As you guys know, these are questions we've taken from OkCupid, the famous dating site, and we rapid fire them to you one by one.
I'm
to
going to learn
get
so much about you.
insight into your life.
Yes.
Birdie, would you like to go first?
Oh, sure. I'll go first. Why not?
Okay. Ready with our timer? All right. You ready?
Yes.
All right, and go. If you could choose to live forever, would you?
No.
How often are you influenced by peer pressure?
I say kind of frequently.
You're given one chance to travel through time. How do you use it?
I go back in time to prove if dinosaurs aren't really big chickens.
Do you get teary-eyed when you watch a sad movie?
I get teary-eyed at everything.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm like Mariel.
During a romantic evening at your significant other's house, or your house, I'll just finish. He or she puts on a slow song and asks you to dance. How would you respond?
What happened?
What is going on?
Here's the thing. It's actually a dirge. We're gonna go for that sad romance.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any slow songs on the Persona 5 soundtrack, which I think is the last album that Ashley bought.
Well, look, hey, you enabled me. You also bought me an art book.
When we moved her out of her storage unit in Australia after 4 years and got it all over here,
It's done now. I officially live entirely in the U.S.
the
There
amount
you
of
go.
video game collectibles went way up in our living room, which is usually the exact opposite of any other relationship. Like usually the lady's like chucking out the guy's like Fallout helmet or something like that.
And now you gotta check out her Fallout helmet.
I gotta like
Yeah.
tuck it back there.
Well, here's the thing: is I'm now to the point where he's like, "You need to stop," and I'm like, "I'll just take it to the office. It'll go on a set somewhere."
Yeah, you can
It's
put it on
true.
a set piece.
I think half the sets are decorated with your like gaming collectibles from the years.
It's very possible. It turns out these are all Mariel's too.
Yep.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I love that Fox cookie jar. I don't know if it appears on
Thank
camera,
you.
but
I
I love
think
that.
behind
That's
Mariel
super cute.
maybe.
Yeah, the fox and then our duck, rest in peace, who's no longer with us.
Yeah, we just have.
What
baby-
happened to the
baby
duck?
We sent him away. He was an extra life
Auctioned
raffle.
him off.
Oh.
Yeah, we signed it.
Well, that's a nice thing. I
It
was
was gone for
picturing,
good.
you know, an achievement hunter disaster.
Oh. No, the duck would have been okay probably around.
Yeah,
that.
we saved
The
the duck.
vacuum got out in time.
We should probably get rid of all glass and ceramic things
figure
before they
something
take
out.
over our set.
I'm excited for you to go because I want to see.
Yeah, all right,
Love
okay.
it.
So you're sometimes influenced by peer pressure? You don't seem like the
well,
kind
we
of
work in
person-
entertainment, so I think so. It's hard to say like, oh, I just do whatever the fuck I want, and blah blah blah. But no, I'm constantly. It depends on what peers are. I consider my peer group to be very big, not
Yeah.
just like the people I see every day.
Wow, look who's
Yeah.
so popular.
I know.
No, I mean what I'm saying is like, it's like you read YouTube comments, you try not to be influenced by YouTube comments.
Sure.
You know that you probably are in some way. So you got to build up filters over time, but that's just natural, right?
That's a good way to put it.
Don't live in a vacuum.
Nope.
Nope. But also, you do you.
Totally agree.
Live your best life. Chase your truth.
Yeah.
Ooh,
we should
Live
make
your
that.
bliss.
make these
okay,
inspirational
Brene Brown.
posters out of this.
I also think influence doesn't necessarily mean you go.
Who wants to
all
yoga?
one direction.
Right.
Right. So.
All right, Miss Ashley.
'Kay.
You're up.
Hit me.
And go. How often do you find yourself in fights with authority figures?
Not often.
Do you ever make up stories to tell people just for laughs?
No.
Is it better to live by your own moral standards and allow others to live by theirs, or is it better to press your moral standards upon other people?
The first.
Second.
Excluding childhood fights, have you ever punched someone in the face?
No.
What is your opinion of sarcasm?
Love it.
The only available spot The only available spot in the entire parking lot is reserved for the handicapped. You're in a hurry and won't be very long. Do you park there?
No.
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 Good. No,
That's not like, that's not, no. That's
There are no right
like,
answers, but that was the right answer.
No. Find a parking garage and be late.
Yeah, I did it once.
Barbara!
It was only because it was right there where the UPS store is, and I just had to drop off a package.
Wow.
And you know that parking lot over there by, like, Torchy's and Mod Pizza is just a
Yeah,
fucking clusterfuck. And I was like,
Bold admission. Bold
I left
admission.
my hazards on. I left my car
matter.
running, ran in.
You're a bad person.
Honestly, I'm.
one thing I love, though?
I'd be more likely to just be like block in a couple cars, and hazards on and run in. I'm like that handicap spot is not for me. Like,
There was two next to each other, and the other one was open, which is why I was like, I could justify this and be really fast.
hold on, where do we get a bell? Shame.
Well, what do you think is higher on the shame chart? Do you think it's that or littering? Because littering is now, it used to not be a big deal, and then in the 70s they had that pitch-in campaign.
Well, don't mess
and
with
everyone
Texas,
now
baby.
hates litterers.
Right. Don't
I
mess with
think
Texas.
littering is probably worse.
You can use a cell phone in a school zone, and people will be less upset than if you throw something out of your window.
One of my favorite internet videos is where like someone's in the back of an Uber or a taxi or something, and they just throw a bunch of their rubbish out the back window, and the driver stops and like walks around and just like yanks them out of the car and just like leaves them.
Yeah.
Like that is like it's not okay.
Definitely not.
We've got enough trash.
You're making the whole world worse.
Well, because if one person
Because
does
you're a
it,
dickhead.
and then that escalates and escalates until we're in our own pile of shit
Right.
and living under garbage.
Well, that was
for
the
all
whole thing
eternity.
with
That escalated
Mad
fast.
Men. Like that was the thing that was really accurate about the show Mad Men, right? It's like they'd go for a picnic and it's all lovely and everything, and they
It's
would
the
get up
blanket.
and just like shake all
Yeah.
the garbage off and walk away.
Because they're out in the woods and they're like, screw it.
And then you look at a place like Japan, and it's like the cleanest place
Pristine.
you've ever seen.
Everybody follows the rules.
Well, that was the thing during the shutdown, right? Like a lot of national parks weren't being looked after, so they're all trash right now.
Yeah.
Which is weird because people that go to national parks, you think understand that stuff,
Right.
Right?
Although the one that I heard about with people like cutting down the Joshua tree,
Joshua,
Yeah.
right, was they
So they could
cut
park.
it down because they wanted to off-road there. And I can see a certain segment of like the off-road enthusiasts just being like, well, I just want to go over there.
It's so weird to me because it's like it was only like a couple of weeks. So were they just waiting that whole time to do it?
Be like,
Now's my chance.
Yeah, trying to strike.
I gotta say too, it's like your thing with the hazards. I don't know at what point the hazard lights went from signaling that my car's in trouble and you should be aware of it to there's now a use for it, which is I know I'm doing something completely wrong,
Yeah.
and I'm just gonna turn them on.
I'm just gonna stop in the middle of the street to
In
wait
most-
for my friend here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna offload my band's equipment in the middle of 6th Street. But if I turn on
Literally-
my hazards, it's all good.
know.
Literally, me and Trevor had that exact discussion the other day. We
Yeah.
were so pissed about it because people just like do the dumbest shit, but they're like, oh, I have a hazard
hazards
on, so therefore it's
all good.
okay.
I'm telling you, I have a hazard here. You should watch out.
That's right.
I am the hazard.
I am the hazard.
Exactly.
I've become the hazard.
I am the hazard to society. All right, Mariel,
Let's do it.
you're next, bitch.
Oh.
Ready to go? And go. Would you run into a burning building to rescue your pet?
Yes.
If you were to die, would whoever goes through your personal belongings be shocked at what they find?
Nah.
Does it bother you when people say PIN number or ATM machine?
What?
Clearly not.
Have you ever had an undeniably supernatural experience?
I'm still confused about the last question.
So PIN number, it has like the N
Because
stands for
it's
number.
personal identification
Oh.
number.
And
Yes.
ATM is automatic teller machine, right? Or automated?
ATM machine. Okay, I get it now. No.
Yeah, I'm not bothered by it either.
I'm not bothered by it.
I get bothered by ATM machine, but not PIN number.
I've never thought about PIN number that way. Like how it has the like the word number
Yeah.
in the
There's another example. I just can't think of
Yeah, I was
what
trying
it
to
is right now. The one that bugs me is like if I'm going to a party at Barbara's house and somebody wrote that
Yeah.
on Twitter and they wrote, I'm going to a party at B. Dunkelman's house. Like the at
Yeah.
is not interchangeable to me. You have to put the word at.
Yeah.
It's like otherwise it throws me completely
So
off.
you're saying at.
at
at
B. Dunkelman's.
because
right.
you're just putting in that thing to
That's
tag
your
the
name on
person.
that service. It's
Right.
The at doesn't mean anything to me other than that means it's a Twitter handle. That's it.
Yeah, like I think there was someone who started working here a couple years ago, and they're like, "I'm so excited to start working at Rooster Teeth."
It's like I'm working
it's like-
Rooster Teeth.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the way I read that. Yeah.
Good, just
to
like
know.
so you'd run into a burning building to save
I had to think about it.
pet. Yeah.
You did. Were you imagining a more burning building?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Well, I don't technically have a pet right now, but I think of the fallout.
Oliver's
Should
Laura's?
Oliver's Laura's dog. But I think of the fallout. Should he be in a burning building? I think she would literally kill me if I didn't do everything I could. If I didn't die in the fire,
She'd throw
she
you
would
into
kill
the
me.
burning
She
building.
would throw me into the burning
As
building.
payback.
Because she loves that dog more than anything. So
Well, you also have to worry about yourself.
I also have to at least try. Okay. Are we ready? We are. All right. Go. Have you ever formed an opinion about a stranger in a grocery store based primarily on the items he or she is buying?
Not really.
Oh yes, you have.
Would you walk up to a stranger and tell them that you think they're beautiful?
Yeah,
On average, how much alone time do you need each day?
at least like an hour or two.
Do you think advanced primates like chimps and apes should be afforded some degree of human rights?
No. Human rates?
Human rights.
Oh, rights. I thought you said rates.
Rates like a.
And I was like
higher
going
a
rate for a
discount
human?
at a store for a book.
Should monkeys unionize? Barbara.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Human
rights.
rights.
No.
I think all animal rights.
I mean, just like treating them with respect and like you would any animal, but not like they get
They
a
know
right to
sign
vote.
language, Barbara. Some of them do. Coco did.
Coco did.
Or
Mama
Coco
Coco
does.
Yeah,
I
but what's
can't remember if she's
a
still around.
basic human right? Like,
Yeah.
We're not going to throw a monkey in prison for sign languaging something obscene, right?
Yeah.
So they do have freedom
true.
of speech.
Or like you're not
true.
going to let a monkey vote in an election.
Right.
Couldn't hurt.
I mean,
Would probably be better results.
Yeah.
maybe basic stuff like ownership. Do you think you could own a monkey, or like a chimp or an ape?
I feel like you
just feel like it would be destructive.
Yeah. I imagine the average human.
You mean legally
probably
should you
not.
be able to have ownership,
Right.
like on a human rights level?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of like the human rights that would seem like they would, really intersect there.
How much alone time do you guys need every day?
I need quite a
24
lot.
hours.
Although my alone
It's more
time,
than I do. You get more than I do.
I
How's
do,
that possible?
but my alone time is also I don't count like Bernie for me does not drain my social meter at all.
Okay,
So
that's good.
as long as like I want
social media
Bernie there,
steady.
but other than that I need like a lot of.
It
alone
is
time.
true. It's
Outside
like
of Bernie.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like time with someone when I'm with Ashley. It's just like we go everywhere together.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of
We're one person.
a sign of comfort.
But I think
Yeah.
most of my alone time is driving time.
Yeah.
Like truly alone time.
Although I've been teaching JD how to drive just recently. He's just about to go for his driving test. He will have taken it by the time this airs.
I can't believe that.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But teaching someone else to drive has turned me into such a backseat driver.
It really has.
So
Like for
really
everybody, or
for everybody, like if I sit in the passenger seat, I'll just be saying to Ashley, it's like, okay, there's a car stopping up here. Do you see it? And she's like, yes.
I've been driving for
Oh,
20
drives me nuts.
Or he'll be like, oh, and I'm like, I've got this.
Yeah.
It's okay.
You just have to do the thing where you
Yep.
slowly
I
look
gotta
over.
break it. I gotta break the habit. I don't know how to
I
do
mean,
it.
Bernie's pretty like aware of it immediately after.
Yeah, I still do it though, right?
Yeah, but it it cuts down on the annoyance factor that that you're the worst.
I just get to make fun of myself before you do.
Right.
I'm cutting you off from that too. So
Well, yeah. Deny me my pleasures.
Well, speaking of pleasures, MeUndies,
Love them.
a perfect Valentine's Day gift this year.
It is.
This episode of Always Open is brought to you by MeUndies. Valentine's Day is right around the corner, as you know. Rather than spending all that money going out to fancy restaurants, why not just hang in your underwear all night courtesy of MeUndies? That sounds like a great plan. So I recently got the pajama pants from MeUndies, and Trevor also has them. And that's like our designated comfy time.
It's loungewear, baby.
Because it's like, it's the micromodal fabric, but also in the pajama pant material, which is like the most comfortable thing you'll ever put on. I also recently sent it's like a bra and underwear set, but it's wine and cheese as the little pattern.
That's
and they're like have like little
love
smiley
it.
faces on them. It's really cute. MeUndies uses the coveted micromodal fabric, which is 3 times softer than cotton. This fabric genuinely feels like actual heaven against your skin. You could also get a style that is perfectly suited for you. Speaking of prints and styles, this Valentine's Day season, MeUndies will be releasing a new print every Tuesday. That means you and your loved ones can chill in matching prints for Valentine's Day and play the game of how long can we keep these on? Ooh, oh my
scandalous.
goodness.
the game everyone wants to lose.
Exactly. But why stop at undies? This year, MeUndies is launching their V-Day prints in lounge pants and onesies as well. Both are made from the same micromodal fabric as their undies. MeUndies has a great offer for our viewers. For any first-time purchasers, when you order MeUndies, you get 15% off and free shipping. Ah, a win-win. To get your 50% off your first pair, free shipping, and 100% satisfaction guarantee, just go to MeUndies.com/open. That's MeUndies.com/open. And open your hearts to MeUndies.
Do it. Open it.
Open it up.
Great Valentine's Day.
And your junk.
Unless
is.
you're Chris Damaris.
What?
He gave a girl a pair of underwear in high school.
Right.
Yeah. To be fair, they were not dating. Be at a certain level before you go.
Yeah.
Wait.
Maybe know
Hold on.
each
I
other.
missed that detail. He wasn't dating the girl he gave underwear.
It was a girl, I believe, in high school or
think so.
elementary school.
He was young.
God, I
he was
hope it
young,
wasn't
side of high school or maybe middle school. Yeah.
It was, and he thought he heard that giving sexy underwear or something as a gift was like a thing that people did.
He did his icebreaker.
So there was like a girl he liked.
icebreaker?
He apparently bought a pair of underwear and had it crunched up in his hands.
Because he was nervous.
And just handed it over to her and ran away.
So basically walked up to her and threw a pair of underwear at her and then ran off. So
And now they're married.
Miss Damaris.
so it works. Had they been made of micromodal though, it would have been
It
a
would've
lot
worked.
better.
Would have been,
Would have been a lot
a
better.
game
changed your mind.
changer. Yeah, he would have been rolling in it.
He could have
Rolling
been like,
what?
I match.
Pussy.
Or at the very least, micromodal.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
Rolling in comfy pajama pants. Hey, let me ask you a question real quick.
Yeah.
Guys in pajama pants, underwear, no underwear.
I mean, it's.
It's a different look for guys.
No underwear?
I don't
Okay.
care. It's whatever they're comfortable in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it because
I mean-
you can see more or less?
Well, if it's just the pajama pants, then yeah, you could see things flopping around in there.
Because there's a whole thing. There's a whole thing on the internet about men in gray sweatpants.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm just like,
Can confirm.
what about it?
Being a high school
They're
student.
great.
No, you would see a lot of boners in school with the gray sweatpants.
Yes.
You see them in, you can see them in other colors too, though, can't you? Why is it specifically gray?
Well, there's something about like heather that shows everything.
All the details. Black, at least, it's more like just a void of color down there, so you don't
Yeah,
really
you know
know
what?
what's
It
going on.
hides the detail.
Okay.
Whereas
like when-
Heather's like, look at this.
Yeah, like when a t-shirt gets wet, it's a white t-shirt. You know, I mean, it's different. There's
Okay.
something about the material that just
Okay.
is.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Revealing.
I don't know. I mean, you can't really see labia in a gray pant.
Unless, I mean,
Or
on
you
some
could-
people maybe, depending
if
on
you
how
look
tight the
close
pants
If you're
are.
trying hard enough, you can. Yeah.
I think I make out some lips.
Gotta have
like-
good imagination.
There's the title right there. Make out some lips.
Mariel's the thumbnail.
Yeah. All right, well, let's move on to our first question, which is submitted by Emma S. And Emma wants to know, what is the sweetest thing you have done for each other?
When Ashley and I went on The Amazing Race, we actually warned them because I had a feeling that we had a pretty good shot at getting on the show. It
I
was
mean, look at him.
they were. what
You
does
mean
that-
getting casted?
What does that mean?
'Cause
Like
you're
The Amazing Race, like all models or something?
No, they'd be like, look at this perfect specimen of a human.
She's trying to
Look
be
at that.
sweet on you.
So
See?
nice, so nice. But we warned them. We said, look, we know what it's like to make a compelling story, and we just want to let you know up we are not going to argue at all. This is not going to happen. We're not going to be the couple that fights or gets frustrated and like screams at each other. Although she did yell at me in customs.
How
It's only fight we got into in the whole.
and it
Amazing
wasn't
Race.
yelling, but it was condescending.
She was
condescending.
condescending to me.
I condescended.
As she should
Was
be.
it
I
caught
mispronounced
on camera?
Bogota. No, you can't film in customs.
Yeah, because you called it pagoda,
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
like repeatedly.
Pagoda sounds like it's right.
It's Bogota.
But I
It's Bogota.
is there
Right.
there's something that sounds like pagoda?
It's a bodega. That's what you're thinking of. This is kind of like a little bodega set that
Yeah.
you got here for this. But we do little sweet stuff all the time. I think the sweetest ongoing thing, it's always the little stuff that I love. And Ashley has this thing where she does not want me to drive myself to the airport or like take an Uber home. She wants to be there to pick me up at the airport.
Very sweet.
Even though it's like we're well past the era of when you could meet someone at the gate or anything like that, she just wants to be the person who picks me up. Or
Well,
drops me off.
Well,
I understand
it
that.
minimizes the time that you're away. I get like an extra 20, 30 minutes
Exactly.
each way.
It's also nice because, like, I know when I've landed from the airport, it's so much nicer to get picked up by someone than to have to, like, call an Uber, wait on the Uber. Like, you're getting in with a stranger. You don't know if they're going to drive safely, if their car's going to stink. And just, like, you just want to be home at that point. And it's just, like, takes so much pressure off of you when there's someone there picking you up.
Yeah, but even like if it's like, I'll just drive the car and park it there. She's like, nope, I'll drive you. And it started actually when we first started dating. She lived in San Francisco, and I lived in Austin. And we made a pact that we were going to see each other every 2 weeks. You've been in a long distance relationship before. It's like it's tough. You got to have a
Yeah,
pattern.
even every 2 weeks is tough to do.
Well, you were in one where it's like you guys went months.
We did, I think we usually did once a month.
Wow.
At most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's tough. And I went to go visit her. One of the first times I went to go visit her in San Francisco, she wanted to meet me at the airport, but she didn't have a car. And I didn't figure it out until later. She had taken 2 buses and a train to get down to the airport to meet me there. I was going to get a car and come up to see her in her apartment anyway, but she wanted to be there.
Worth it.
Yeah.
Gay. I'm going to do that all the time.
You can't do it. I'm the only one that can do that.
Okay, sorry.
You're not allowed.
Madame.
That's right.
I am wearing.
Got it.
I'm wearing a rainbow today. Do
That's
I get
true.
a free pass?
You get a free pass. There you go. Say as much as you'd like.
You're allowed.
No, but you're right. It is nice.
Yeah. What about you, Ashley?
there.
Tell us some sweet Bernie stuff.
It's funny. Like you think, I tend to think of like the firsts of a lot of things, like the first in relationship, because after that you're like, oh, we've done this a couple of times. But one of the first big things that stood out to me was Bernie came to visit me in San Francisco. We'd been dating 2 months. Ish,
Right.
maybe a little bit less.
Oh, damn.
And so he came to visit, and it was supposed to be like this nice time. We were gonna go out, go to a Christmas party, and I had to put my cat down that night.
Right.
Like I got my cat back from chemo treatment, and he
Wasn't taking.
wasn't making it. So
Yeah.
had to take him back, put him down, and then I got blisteringly drunk. like
Intentionally.
intentionally. I was like, we got
They want
back.
to just like not think about it.
Yeah, we got back. I got in the shower with like half a bottle of rum.
Jesus.
And I was like, I'll be ready soon.
Oh my god.
And then we went out, and I just, I coped.
Yeah.
Not healthily, but
Hey, boo.
I became, hi,
You about
boo.
Rapture?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he took care of me. He cleaned up my vomit repeatedly.
That's a sign of
like-
love right
Yeah,
there.
it is.
He got me into the shower, and here's the big thing, he didn't run. I think, I can think of so many relationships where that early on, if that had happened to me, I would have been like, this is maybe a little bit full on for me right
Yeah.
now. So maybe some distance.
Would have made a great Reddit post of like, I went to go visit her. Her cat died. I had to
my
go
God.
with her to the vet to
Yeah.
watch her cat get put down.
That would be on our relationships right there.
Then she took me to her Christmas party when she was working at IGN, and then she disappeared. Like I was by myself at this Christmas party. I didn't really know anybody besides Tim and Alfredo. Tim Geddes.
Oh yeah, okay. Right there.
Did you meet, I think you might have
Greg?
met Greg Miller at that party.
Maybe so. Maybe him and Naomi is when I first met him. But I'm fine at a party by myself. But
Sure.
I literally didn't see Ashley the whole time, and then I finally got her at the end of the night, and she was fucking out of it.
I kept going to the bar and buying one drink and a shot.
Oh my god.
But San Francisco is a very expensive place to live, so she had four roommates. She was one of 5. So she had 4 roommates, a lot of whom worked at IGN. So when we go back, she's so drunk and she is thrown up, and so it's on her. Like she fell into a bush after she threw up in the bush.
Oh my god.
It was a mess.
And I'm like, I'm fussy.
Yeah.
And this apartment was like very thin walls, and I'm in there, and I'm like trying to like get her out of like this stuff that has puke all over it, and she's going, "Don't touch me," and I'm going, "Shh." So I just like, from her roommate perspective, I come with her
God.
like completely
New
drunk.
boyfriend.
Yeah. Oh, that was a good night. And then I think, I hate to admit this because you probably don't remember it, but after we got you all out of everything, I didn't want to touch her, so I pushed her with my foot into the shower and then just turned it on. And then she just laid on the bottom of the
That's
shower.
like you with Gavin in the elevator.
Yeah,
when
just
he was-
pushing my foot.
You push-
Get in there.
If I recall correctly, though, that is also, though I don't remember it, the first night I told you I loved you.
Oh yeah.
But you didn't know that.
I don't remember it.
Well, the next day I was like I had this, when you don't quite remember something,
But you
but
feel
it's
like something happened.
It's there, and you're like, did I? And so I asked you if I'd said anything that I should be embarrassed about, and you were like, no.
No.
And then you said it, and I was like, I fucking knew it. I did say it.
Yep. And then it came up later because when I said I love you, and you were like, oh,
It was
you
like
said
later
first.
that
I was like-
weekend.
I was like, no, you said it first. when you were drunk.
This is just me saying it
I
back.
knew it.
Counts more, right?
What?
What, to say it drunk or say it sober?
If you're dating, not if you're like a Tinder date.
I think when you're drunk, you love everyone.
Well, it depends on
Me
the
in
type of
particular?
drunk.
Yeah.
I'm a sassy drunk.
She's a fighting
Oh,
drunk.
then if she
Fighting
said
drunk.
she loved you.
I remember there was
Like
a time
punchy.
recently where we went out. We had a dinner that we went to, and I ended up going out to Rain with you and staying out all night long on
Oh
like
yeah,
a Thursday.
there was a drag show.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't mean to stay out that late. And
Sometimes
the next
it just
morning,
happens.
they were like, "What happened?" I was like,
So
Ashley
you get
Jenkins
it.
happened.
You had to, you had to shove her into a car and get her out of there.
I did. I literally shoved you into the car. I remember that.
Did. She's like,
shoving you all
I'm
over
calling you a car, and I was like, what?
I kicked her in.
And-
Get in there.
It happens to me a lot.
This is Sparta.
So
But that's the thing about alone time is what you're talking about is like Ashley gets more than me because I'll be like, where were you? It's like it's late, And she's like, oh, I'm just out doing some stuff. And then I find out next day it's like, where were you last night? She's like, oh, I went out to drink with Mariel. I'm like, oh, okay. And then, or she's like, I went to dinner with Gavin. I'm like, okay.
What?
I find out about all this stuff after the fact.
Yeah. What
I
point does
invite
it
you to a
stop?
lot of these things, and you're like, no, it's cool. Or you're busy, or you've got podcast or something.
Yeah, it's always podcast night. It's always the worst one. I'm glad it ends at 7 now. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
it used to be like 9:30.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a late night for a lot of us.
TBT.
Yeah. That's very sad.
Plus, it's hard to squeeze all my other boyfriends in.
It is
I
tough.
was gonna say you gotta
Meryl.
find time for that.
Yeah.
I've talked about this on the podcast before, but I've never dated someone who's done all these like small sweet things for me, just as like a natural, like this is just the way they are. And I mentioned it on Always Open before, but there's 3 things that Trevor does that I notice all the time. When I get tired, fall asleep on the couch, which happens most nights. I wake up, he wakes me up gently, and like he's already put a glass of water by my bed, put toothpaste on my toothbrush and set it by the sink for me to brush my teeth. and he like guides me in and like helps me like, here, go brush your teeth and we'll tuck you in. So basically I like don't really have to wake up all the way and could just go back to sleep. And then he does this thing when if I have to get out of bed for any reason and it's cold in the room, he'll move over to my side of the bed and wiggle around until I come back. So
You've
it
mentioned
stays
this,
warm.
I think, before on Always Open.
Yeah. And then he also
You need to
does,
get video of him just like wiggling,
That's
like,
cute.
laying in the bed wiggling.
Yeah, and I come back and it's all toasty. And then the last thing he does is whenever we're walking on the sidewalk on a busy street, he'll always move me to the inside and walk on the outer
I do that.
edge. Every
Yep.
time without even thinking it. And I'm just like, it's just those little things.
You should
Yeah. Wah!
Sucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing happens with groups of people. If there's like you're walking from a bar or something, there's always that group of people that's like really loud and taking up most of the sidewalk. It's like, just have to move Ashley to the inside.
Yep.
Yeah.
Protect, attack.
protect, attack.
Yeah.
It works.
Well, if they, cause any trouble, I just do the push shover with my foot again, like then I run. So.
He hasn't had to clean vomit off of me yet.
Oh God, it gets well.
Then can you really say
That'll be your
Yeah.
big test.
Exactly.
It's always interesting the first time it happens because it's always an interesting and like endearing experience because you're like, oh, you're very vulnerable right now. Let me help you.
Stop you?
Let me help you.
I want to help.
My significant other is not a drinker. She never parties or anything, but she tends to black out once a year. It's always during her holiday party.
Oh, yeah.
Which usually falls around the same time as mine does. Last year, she was a mess, got her home, everything was fine. This year, she threw up all over my house.
No, are you serious?
And it was like, the first time, it was fine. I was helping you. The second time, I was like, it's not cute anymore.
You're like, bitch, clean this
She
up.
was like, I only do it once a year. And I was like, you're right.
I hid something.
Do you remember? So we filmed the like drunk interviews
Oh,
for
yeah.
Rooster Teeth a while
yeah.
back, and
God, those were so funny.
I had like a mental breakdown because I thought Bernie was never coming to get me.
I was all the way across town, and I was just trying to get the timing of when to come get her. And I thought, okay, I'm just gonna run, drop the kids off really quick. And as soon as I got all the way across town, they called and said, Ashley's ready to go. And I said, oh shoot, I'm like 30 or 40 minutes away. I'll be there. And they're like, no problem.
In drunk time, it's like an eternity.
17 hours.
2 minutes later, they called me back, and they were like, she thinks you're never coming. We can't console her. I heard her in the background.
I went from like having an amazing time to just like the world just crumbled around
He
me.
doesn't love me anymore. He's never coming.
And he finally came and got me and like, like ladled me into the car.
Yeah, kicked you in.
Yeah, and I found out way later that like I'd spent half the night on our bathroom floor because I refused to leave.
Yeah, the tiles were cool, so she was like laying there.
Yeah.
Just like,
Yeah.
We've all had.
he'd be like, do you want to go to bed? I'd be like,
That was a bad night though, because I showed up. She was like tears down her face, mascara, eye makeup. Like,
you know when you get the drunk, you're like, ugh.
Yeah, you rub and it's just like,
what
a
did
raccoon.
you do to her? To everyone who was in the crew, like,
And they're like, comedy.
And that's like, yeah. And Blaine is there because he had done it.
Oh, that
and
same
he was
night.
like
At
over
least
the trash can.
I didn't blame it.
God, he had a huge, like 55-gallon drum trash can that he was throwing up into, and I was literally worried it was not going to be enough. I was like, he needs another trash can.
He was just
was a lot.
leaking.
It was horrible. Yeah. And Ellie was just like going pat, 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 pat. She sat there for like 2 hours just patting him. I was concerned about you guys. You guys went all in on that idea.
You became the president, right? That's what it was?
Yeah, I was the president.
Yep.
I was the president.
We go a little slower on
Ran
the
with
show.
ran
Yeah.
with Joe the cat.
Yeah.
It's my vice president
Wow.
and / assassin.
It's the best combo, especially for a cat. All right, well, next up, I'm very excited about this one. We haven't done this in a while. We're going to help someone improve their dating profile.
Oh, okay.
So we ask people to send in their profile. So they usually include some pictures and a biography.
Right.
I don't know why I said biography. Bio.
Bio.
It's okay.
It's just like a weird way to say it. And we had a very interesting one that was submitted, very unique one.
It was.
So let's take a look.
All right.
So this guy's name's
Oh.
Michael, and
The
these are the
whole
photos
story.
that he has in his dating profile. It's
So
a,
he's got like a PowerPoint?
it's like a whole
It's like
PowerPoint.
Yes.
It's a presentation.
He has all of his interests.
Interests, music, Panic at the Disco, blah, 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 shows, drinks, sports.
What's he got against Ohio State? I mean, I like him. He's a Purdue guy? Okay. Well, nobody's perfect.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, there's a place
Trivia.
to start.
Wants 7 beer. I can't read.
Beer pong.
nights in a row. He's got a weak left kidney.
Yeah. Okay.
He's up front. He's honest about it.
Life goals, work in robotics, world domination. Cute.
I don't like the way he says "did marching band." I don't know if that's the way you'd say that.
And then he has some fake reviews.
Or they might be real.
Or maybe.
Was that Rahul
Is that
Kohli?
Rahul?
Yeah, Rahul.
That is real cool.
And is it like a gelfling from the Dark Crystal? What's on the left?
I don't know. I
What is
think
that? It's just some little kid.
It's like a child.
Maybe it is him. Who knows?
Oh, past, present, and future projection, it says.
Okay.
Okay.
So I guess it's like
Yeah.
a baby
He is.
picture, current picture, and then Rahul Kohli.
Okay.
Oh, smart man. That's where he's headed.
Then he's got a Snapchat and then some questions, I guess, for the people who are looking at his profile.
Why did we put the guy's Snapchat on here? Why do we always black stuff out like that? I always wondered why. Because it's like, put a Snapchat on there and somebody might see this PowerPoint and be like, hell yeah.
Well, they could contact us and maybe
Yeah.
we'll.
We'll set it up.
You really want that responsibility?
You know, if people don't want to, I don't know, we don't want to accidentally expose anyone who might have forgotten to mark some stuff
Texas
out.
will chaperone you.
Yeah,
The
in his
first-
little wings.
The first issue I have, all of these pictures until like you get like 3 slides in and
Which
you still
one is
don't
him?
know who he is.
I don't know which one is him.
I think it's only on the.
Isn't that every dating profile?
It's the one that has the
The past,
present, future.
Yeah.
I think is the only real photo of him.
That's him right there.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
One with the Argyle sweater vest. Okay, that's a choice.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Wow.
That's confident. Really confident. Here's my big thing. Listen, you should know this after having done it for 8 years. This first page of the PowerPoint, you never lead with marching band. Ever. Never. That is not your first step. That's like second or third date. That's the, listen, we need to talk about something.
Is that a turn off?
I was in the marching band.
Were you in the marching
for
band,
8 years.
Bernie?
We don't know each other that well, Mariel, that I can. I was not in marching
to
band.
talk about it yet.
I was in drama club.
He should just put I'm in band. Because then it's like, do you mean a band?
I was in a band.
I was in a band.
And by the way, me saying that I was in drama club right now, there's people listening to this and go, Bernie's in drama. I'm in drama club. I didn't know Bernie was in drama club. Right, because you're not supposed to talk about it after high school ever.
It's like Fight
Never
Club.
bring it up ever.
Yeah, it's just like.
His
There's-
face is even covered in that first photo.
All right.
Is he in this one?
He
No.
is.
Nope.
No, he's not in this
No.
one.
No.
He's not the Boilermaker dude.
Pictures.
This tiny little, like, my drumline family, you can't see yourself in
Yeah,
there.
and no one cares about your friends.
Not yet.
It's kind of true.
Not,
like,
well, it's like you got to care about the person before you
Yeah,
care about their
yeah.
extended circle.
I mean,
right?
as for my experience when I was using dating apps a couple years ago, I just want to see the pictures of the person.
Yeah.
I just want to see them, like maybe if they have like 1 or 2 with them and their friends, just so I could
Or,
see
like-
like them socializing and having fun. Sure, that's nice.
Or like if you want to get the marching band thing out of the way immediately, cool. But like a photo of you in your marching band uniform, right? But,
Yeah.
But ultimately the profile is supposed to be about you.
Right.
And I feel like some of that is I feel like he's burying the lead a little bit.
Yeah.
I think it's. I hate this term because I don't think there's anything wrong with trying, but it's a little try hard.
So I don't think there's, I think you got to make an effort here. I mean, you guys would be a better judge because
Yeah.
you guys, Ashley and Barb, you guys have to judge good dudes' profiles. I don't know if that leads to, if a guy tries too hard, does that translate to the date as well?
It's like I usually don't have a problem with it, but for this, I would see it and go like, all right, he's like really trying to be kooky and funny, and like, there's all this information. It almost seems like you're not leaving anything to the mystery of like going on a date and finding
Yeah,
out
you're
about
answering
people.
all the
that's your point.
questions you could be asked on a first date.
Yeah.
With, like the whole interest page.
Exactly.
It's like, all right, what am I gonna ask you about? I already know everything about you.
I mean, like I have to be honest too. I've never online dated, so I have to just like imagine theoretically how would I respond to things. I have no idea how I
Yeah.
actually would. That's weird. Like Tinder came out like after we got together.
I think it was the month we went exclusive when we both
Yeah.
acknowledged
We
that
went
we're dating.
exclusive like first date.
I know.
Yeah, you did.
What's
that was
that?
like the Emmys, wasn't it, or something like that? Like
That was our first date.
Oh
Our
yeah,
our
no,
first date
like
was
he had
technically-
it.
Yeah.
He had it in the bag.
Yeah. And then he cleaned all your vomit off.
So, but this was a big thing, is that she was living in San Francisco, so she came down to L.A. It was her first date, so I made sure she had her own hotel room, which she always remembered, even though it was like she didn't have to go through like the conversation of the assumption or anything like that.
It's like that scene from The Bachelor where it's like, if you choose to forego your individual suites, you may stay together in the lover's suite. They always have that in every single season of The Bachelor. Now I feel
Although-
weird bringing it up.
Do people forego it?
Every time.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
They're like, yeah, we got
Hey.
this. Yeah.
Although if I recall correctly, we did have a minor embarrassing moment where we'd been making out in the hallway, and I had like red lipstick, so it was all over both of us. And
Yeah, it was
then-
like red carpet, red lipstick too.
Yeah,
So
it
it
was
was
like a
like,
lot.
it was
Like this
permanent. It was,
Yeah.
you couldn't get it off.
and then realized.
Why are you
that,
wiping up here?
I didn't have my key,
I don't know why.
and so had to go back down to the reception and be like, I need my room key.
With all your makeup everywhere and your lipstick all over each other.
Yeah.
It's better than the walk of shame. Although it kind of is a walk of shame in that case.
Similar. It's like the for shame.
Yeah. So what do you think? What do you think Michael should do? Do you think he should keep this like little PowerPoint
I'd
kind
say
of style
like,
presentation?
Lead with you. Leave some things to be discussed on the first date.
More photos of yourself.
Yeah.
I think it's hard to tell who you are until that one slide, and even then it's like, because this, I imagine it's going to be on the Tinder or Bumble dating app interface. So the photos are only like
Right.
so big.
Yeah.
So the text is probably hard to read. The photos are probably very small. People are going through that real fast. They want to see like you right away.
Here's an interesting take on this. Why don't you leave the PowerPoint presentation for after you say you've already met someone and then you start dating and then you're like, I want to be official. Make a cute PowerPoint for that.
Like on
Once
why
you
we
got to
should
that
be
point.
official.
Yeah, why you should be my girlfriend.
Okay.
Leave it to that.
I
You get there.
I would say like wait till you actually could confirm that's what she wants.
Right. I'm saying like
And then
dates.
scare her off.
Dates and then scare her off.
Just kidding. How would you react if someone you were dating made a PowerPoint
I've made
presentation?
plenty of PowerPoint presentations for people.
Have you
Really?
Have you
Oh,
saved
yeah.
them?
Yeah. I had one for Alex Whitman, who used to work here. I made one for her on why she should come and live with me. She ended up not doing it, so maybe my success rate isn't that great.
Zero
I've made
for
a
zero.
few. I've made a few.
Any of them successes?
Probably. I don't know. So
It
many.
might not be the best strategy. Maybe? I don't know.
Maybe. They're always enjoyable.
Yeah.
And I mean, like I've made videos for like Bethany and stuff for Christmas.
I remember
and
those
whatnot,
videos.
So
Yep. I was always
like
jealous I never
kind of
got one.
thing. Well,
Well, I
you
never-
were never my Secret Santa.
I never want to make another PowerPoint presentation as long as I live. Whenever I do speaking engagements, and then no words on the presentations at all. I just do pictures. That's it.
Yeah,
That's
that's so much better because I feel like when people have the words on a presentation, all they do is just look at it and read the
Yeah.
words, and then like we'll come back and like read the words again. So like people are just reading it
Yep.
as they're talking.
Or everyone in the audience, if you're up there, everyone in the audience is just doing this, like sitting there reading it, or
Yep.
they're at their phones.
Exactly.
one of two things.
Exactly. I think it's like a cool like unique take on the dating profile thing, but maybe find a balance between the two.
Yeah, like bring it back a little bit.
Bring it
Yeah.
back.
I mean,
How do you guys-
you're not going to be presenting your entire relationship.
How do you feel about him including Rahul in it? Rahul is a tremendously
He
good-looking-
might throw your curve.
It is. I get it because Michael's saying, look, I look like this guy.
Yeah.
And he does ish, but
He has
the
some
ish
similarities.
is like Rahul's like a good-looking dude. Maybe tone that down. A little.
Yeah. set expectations.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also like you never want to be comparing yourself to anybody.
Right.
And just be like, hey, woman
that's
who
what-
I'm
Be the
potentially
best
wanting to
version of
date,
you.
here's this other person who's also good looking.
Right.
Which is why I think even on the first photo he's got with the multiple people in one profile photo, that's always a bad idea
Yeah.
because you're gonna get people who stop, not necessarily for you. And
Yeah.
then you're just setting yourself up for disappointment. Better to have people just swipe and you never even know they swiped away from you. right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Do I get it though? We gotta try things, you know?
I think it's cute, but a little too heavy-handed,
Okay.
in my opinion.
Yeah. I think you're right.
Well, before we move on to our box of issues question, I want to say thank you to Robinhood. This episode of Always Open is brought to you by Robinhood. Robinhood is an investing app that lets you buy and sell stocks, ETFs, options, and cryptos, all commission-free. While other brokerage charge up to $10 for every trade, Robinhood doesn't charge any commission fees, so you could trade stocks and keep all of your profits. Plus, there is no account minimum deposit needed to get started, so you could start investing at any level. The simple, intuitive design of Robinhood makes investing easy for newcomers and experts alike. You agree. View easy-to-understand charts and market data, and place a trade in just 4 taps on your smartphone. You could also view stock collections such as a 100 most popular. With Robinhood, you could learn how to invest in the market as you build your portfolio, discover new stocks, track your favorite companies, and get custom notifications for price movements so you never miss the right moment to invest. Robinhood is giving listeners of Always Open a free stock like Apple, Ford, or Sprint, which
Really?
Yeah, to help build your portfolio. So you could sign up today at always.robinhood.com. That's always.robinhood.com. Check it out. Check it out.
The earlier you can get started on investing, the better you will be. And I know
Yeah.
it's one of those things a lot of people are just like, it's easy to put that way down on the to-do list, but if you do it at an early age, and even if you get like small returns and see that, and then you can multiply that over years, you'll figure it out a lot faster.
My parents are constantly telling me about investing, and I've never known how to, so this is a great tool to start with.
There you go.
If you don't really know much about it like me.
And I can tell you the shit you want to buy in your early 20s, it seems really cool now. In about 10 years, you're going to be like, why the fuck did I spend $1,000 on the iPhone X?
Yeah.
It's not even 3D, you know? It doesn't do holographic projection. It's going to seem so stupid.
It's not even in my brain.
That's one of the tough things about technology. You have to live in the moment, but all those consumer products just seem like a waste of money when you look back across time.
Yeah, but it is.
Hey, you know, it never goes out of style. Wings.
New wings.
Wings.
Ooh, look at that lace.
I know. I'm feeling sassy today. So-
I love it.
Can we see the back of those?
yes, you know what? I actually made these wings. These are the ones that I made.
You made those?
Well, I kind of adjusted
So-
things because I wanted them to be. Yes, I was extra. I wanted them to be better than they were. So,
Can you go extra on wings?
yes, you can. Look. Hearts. Yes, hearts.
Our cute dream. This is amazing. I'm still so happy.
Oh, Texas.
All right, box of issues time. All right, this is an anonymous question. Hi, I'm a 24-year-old male and have been with my girlfriend for 2 years now.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello. I don't have any complaints about our relationship. We love to be around each other, even if we're both just on our phones.
But
The problem is that I've been recently thinking about dating other women. I would never try to start something behind her back, but this thought has been happening more and more in my head as of late. We said we love each other about a year in, but to be honest, I don't know if I was in love. I've never been in love before and just thought at this point we should be, and I said it. About 6 months ago, we broke up, but the next day I felt like shit the whole morning, almost to the point of tears. I called her back and we ended up patching things up. The problem is that I don't know if I felt like that because I really did love her and was heartbroken, or that I made her feel sad. I've always been really sensitive to other people's emotions, even though I'm not really in touch with my own. I don't know what to do, wherever to stay together or what. Please help.
that's a lot to unpack.
I mean,
in that one
Yikes.
question.
I'm getting a lot of confusion there for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Can we work backwards through it? What about the breaking up and getting back together?
Yeah.
Not sure if
And it
was-
seems like he doesn't know if he did it out of guilt or if he actually did miss her and
I
loved
think
her.
if he's wondering that, it's probably the guilt part.
Right.
Because if you lose somebody, you know it. You know, you all of a sudden, oh shit, what did I do? I lost this person.
Speaking from personal experience, I dated someone for 6 years, and probably the last 2 years I wanted to end that relationship, but didn't because of guilt.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like I would be sick to my stomach knowing I would make him sad and like break his heart. So like I just stayed with him. And that could be something that he's feeling here, where if he broke up with her and he probably felt sick to his stomach in terms of like thinking of her as being sad.
Similar age,
Yeah.
24. Yeah,
24,
right
I
in
was-
there. You're
I was
still kind
22.
of like, you know, you worry about doing something that makes you seem like a bad person.
Yeah.
There's a fine line between doing what's important to live the life you want to live and then not wanting to feel like a bad person. So
Yeah.
I do
It's a
get that, but if you're
selfish
wondering,
thing.
yeah, ultimately it is because she's wasting her time if that's the case.
Right.
Exactly.
And I don't know from this piece of paper, but it does sound to me like if he's wondering, I would lean towards that he's actually feeling more guilty than he is in love.
Probably.
Yeah.
Point.
Yeah, well, it also, because it says, like, we said we were, we said we love you a year in, but, like, I don't know if I felt it. It just felt like, you should say it by then, so we did.
Because he's never
Yeah.
been in love before, which
you
is
know-
hard if you don't know what that really feels like and how,
Sure. That makes, it just, in general, it makes me think almost more like there's some confusion about how he actually feels, like maybe almost like he's feeling more of a friend.
it's possible.
Just, and just like going through things that you think that you're supposed to do in a relationship. But of course you care for this person,
Yeah.
but maybe not the way or to the degree that you think you're supposed to.
Yeah. And he also mentions thinking about dating other women. Not
But it's
that
not-
he would ever act on it, but
Right.
yeah. He does think about it.
That's like the grass is greener that happens to a lot of people, both who
Yeah.
are single and then when they're in the relationship.
Yeah, I think it happens in any relationship at any point in time. And it's like, it's a human nature.
You can't turn off being a human,
Exactly.
right? The things that led you into that relationship. I will say this though, a trend that I've noticed, and I'd warn my man here about this, is that almost every single time I've heard about a couple breaking up because one of them wants to see other people, not wants to see someone in particular, like there's somebody waiting in the wings, that's a totally different thing, and actually I think way more common. But somebody who says, I just want to see other people, and they break up, the person who initiates the breakup because they want to see other people ends up seeing nobody, and that other person ends up seeing everybody.
Everybody.
And it's always like this imbalance, and the person who initiated that was always fucking miserable.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you get what you want.
I think there needs to be more honesty about, especially at 24, being that young, about just like feeling like you're not ready to be in a committed relationship forever.
And that's
like
fine.
If you're not done being single at that point, that's a fair feeling. And I think people don't tend to recognize that in themselves and be honest with their partner about that, of just like, hey, I love you, but like I'm having these thoughts and I'm not done being single yet. And there's still more I want to learn or explore, people I want to meet or whatever it is. And like, yeah, it's kind of shitty to say to someone and end a relationship, especially if you're in love with someone, but like you're both going to be better off in that
Both
sense.
going to be better off.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's the thing that's difficult to manage because he's like, I felt terrible after I broke up with her, and like thinking that she could be sad, and it's like, yeah, she's let's say she's sad right now, but you stay broken up, and now she's free to find a relationship that does work. If this one's not working, that's okay. Statistically, almost every relationship doesn't work.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
I mean, unless you marry your first high school sweetheart and die with them decades later, you're gonna have relationships end.
Yep.
That's what a lot of them do, and it's okay.
Yep.
I mean,
It's
all of us
okay, and
here
it
have
sucks.
more relationships that ended than ones that didn't. That's
Yeah.
just the way it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, and every single ending sucks, but then you're free to try the next one.
Also, long term, if you really do care about this person, you're kind of screwing her up because she's investing and she thinks everything's going well.
Yeah.
And then if you guys break up like 2 or 3 years down the line when she's even more invested, then you're leaving this person wondering like, do I know how to have a good relationship because I did everything right? And the person was staying with you because they felt guilty. That's just,
Yep.
yeah, it's not good for them.
It's also, he mentions never having been in love before and saying it because he feels like, we've been dating a year and it's probably time. It's also maybe a positive if you guys do end this relationship and then go on to date other people and then maybe realize that you recognize that was love in hindsight and actually learning what that feeling feels like rather than just kind of being in this weird limbo area of just like, I think I love her, maybe I just feel obligated to feel that way rather than like having other relationships and other experiences to determine like, how do I feel when I'm actually in love?
And man, that can take a lot of figuring out. Like,
Yeah.
is it lust? Do I really like this person as a friend and I don't want to lose them, so
it
I'm
just
hanging on to this
caring?
relationship? Is this is this, what is it exactly? Like,
Have you
figuring
guys-
out emotions can be really difficult.
Have you guys ever been in a relationship where you thought you were like madly in love and then you went into your next relationship months or years later and fell in love there and thought like, this is really love. Well, I don't know what I was feeling beforehand.
And then
Oh, yeah.
5 months later.
And then it's like,
And then 5 months later, and then
Yeah.
5 months later.
Yeah, that's called dating before you're 30, basically. Isn't
Yeah.
that the way every relationship works? I mean,
it's very
Yeah.
true, yeah.
I mean, you move on and it's like the greatest relationship. This is why you stay in it. If
Yeah.
it was less than the thing you had before, you probably wouldn't stick around with it at all.
Very true. Very true. So,
Can I ask you
then-
guys a question real quick?
Yeah.
And
of
then
course.
one day you find one that you don't doubt.
So,
There you go.
what's that?
One day you'll find one that you don't doubt.
and she pointed at you.
Yeah, what'd you say? I'm sorry, I just want to hear her say it again. The thing that sticks out to me is because he thinks he wants to see about dating other women.
Yeah.
Would you rather, if you're in this situation, say you put yourself in this lady's
you're the
situation this
girl.
day, you're the girl. Would you rather have somebody break up with you because they want to date someone else specifically, like I met somebody and I'm going to date this person, or just like I want to go out and date other people?
I'd rather it be I want to go out and date other people because if it was an individual, that makes me think that while we were together, they were having this connection, and that feels almost like betrayal of just
Sure.
like I'm with this person and they're feeling this way about someone else while they're with me. That makes me uncomfortable knowing like in hindsight oh, these past couple weeks they were feeling this way, but they were still with me and didn't say anything about it.
Right.
I mean, I guess it's sort of like a double-edged sword too, because if it's someone specific, you're like, I have been deemed not as desirable as this specific individual.
Yeah.
You know, and that can tear you up inside if you let it. And sometimes even if you don't let it, it's going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
On the other hand, it's like, oh,
There's
just,
got to be somebody out there
like-
better.
yeah, it's like, oh, he decided that the entire pool, just taking the chances is better than being with me.
I guess there is a kind of a positive. and
Yeah,
negative, you know?
I think of it as when it's like, I would rather see other people. It's like, okay, then this relationship isn't working. When it's more of a specific person, it's like, oh, I'm the one not working.
Yeah.
You know, so it's kind of trying to pinpoint.
I think
where
that
the
most people
wrong
would
lie.
say that. Most people would say that if there's another person that's the reason for it, that's way more devastating.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I personally feel like if someone just goes, I just want to see other people. I don't know
I-
who. I just want to go out and cast a wider net.
I do
find
get
something better.
I do get bothered a little bit, and this is like my own personal opinion, not trying to push this on anyone else, but if there is someone who's in a relationship with someone and they notice themselves feeling a certain way about another person, and that relationship that they're in isn't working for a multitude of reasons, but being interested in someone else is kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back of just like
Sure.
proving that I'm interested in someone else means that clearly this relationship isn't working. And like breaking up because of that, not necessarily to date the other person. I think a lot of people tend to blame the person that they're interested in on the relationship ending. And it's like, no, clearly if that person was willing to drop that relationship for this person, there was other things going on here.
Right.
It's
Right.
not just because like, we have the perfect relationship, oh, I'm attracted to this person, fuck you.
Right.
Like there clearly has to be other things going on in that
Yeah.
situation for them to want to take off.
Yeah.
Happy Valentine's Day.
But yeah, I mean,
But it's part of the process. you
Yeah.
know? These are things I think a lot of people go through, but you got to be conscious of what you're doing to other people when you're going through those things yourself, my man.
yeah,
Yeah.
get in touch with your emotions, and you know, there's nothing wrong with, you know, right person, wrong time.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Also, the whole thing about it's like, oh, I'm worried that I make her sad, so I'm going to make her happy by staying with her. Dude, that's totally for you. You're not doing anything for her.
yeah.
You are doing that for yourself.
Well, it also just leads to a lot of resentment down the line.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right. You're wasting her time that she could be out finding someone who doesn't feel like she's a chore.
Being a martyr is a selfish act.
Yeah.
When people act like martyrs, it's not. You're doing it for yourself, and you're not doing it to help other people.
No favors at all.
You might
So-
seem like you're being selfless. You're not.
Yeah.
So figure out how you feel. If it's a guilt thing, set her free. If it's because
love it,
you really do care about her, then figure out what you want to do with that.
Agreed. Well, good luck, anonymous 24-year-old male. We wish you the best.
If you do break up with her, give her Michael's PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah, go.
Give him a shot.
Maybe she'll find love.
What if people got connected through your show? Has anyone done that so far?
I mean, we had a proposal
Yeah, we had a proposal
last year on the actual RTX, but
I think there might have been someone who's seen some dating profiles we've had and messaged us and be like, hey, who was that?
That's great.
Nice.
That's really
we have
great.
had that.
I love that stuff.
Yeah.
or people will comment on the Rooster Teeth site and be like, oh,
She was cute.
So anyone digs the PowerPoint,
Yeah, let Michael
Shout out.
know. Leave a comment.
post about it on the site.
Happy Valentine's Day,
Happy
everyone.
Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Cheers. Thank you guys.
To love and to all the
There
things. And we'll see you in March for a new season and on an episode of Still Open after this. Thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us. First couple.
First couple.
Are we okay?
I think we're gonna
Did you
make it.
survive it?
That's the first thing people asked when we got back from the Amazing Race. Are you guys still together?
That's great.
Hello there, Always Open fans. If you like this video, do us a favor and like the video. And don't forget to subscribe to the Rooster Teeth channel. And you know what? While you're here, check out more episodes of Always Open.
It's Valentine's Day, for God's sake. Just like it.
Do it.
We've got Cupid.
Love everything.
That tape makes sense.